Good morning. You're halfway home. It's Wednesday. You're doing a great job. You're learning, and that's good. Let's turn to 2 Kings chapter 4. We're going to start right at the beginning of the chapter. 2 Kings chapter 4. This is when Elijah has taken over for Elijah. And we have this passage with the widow and her oil. Essentially, I'll just go ahead and start reading. Now the wife of a member of the company of prophets cried to Elisha, "Your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know that your servant feared the Lord. But a creditor has come to take my 2 children as slaves." Right? So, bad setup to start, right? Especially in this society. Widows can't earn income. They can't own land. It's bad news. And if there were debts, she's going to lose everything, including her own children, into slavery, okay? That is not good. And frankly, she doesn't know what to do. Right? She's in that predicament. She doesn't know what to do. She's in a very quick approaching but bad wilderness, so to speak. So she asks Elijah. She's like, I don't know what to do. I'm at the end of my rope. I'm doomed. You can use whatever language you like on that one, but I'll say doomed. And Elisha answers her, essentially to, what do you have? What resources? What are you dealing with? And she goes on that all she has is this oil. Not much else. It's not looking good. Again, building the suspense here. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't have anything to do, with it. I think we're talking about five loaves, 2 fish territory here. It's not looking good for the home team, right? Elijah says, "Don't worry. Go ahead, go out there, pour oil, sell it to people. God will provide." And sure enough, the oil lasts and lasts and lasts. And when it finally runs out, she has enough of proceeds to pay off the debts. That's what Elijah says to her. "Go sell the oil and pay your debts, and you and your children can live on the rest." And the reason I bring up the story this week, one, I don't think we've talked about the story, and we need to talk about the story. Come on, Old Testament. I mean, it sounds like something, you put Jesus in the place of Elijah, and it sounds like something straight out of the New Testament, right? God caring for the widow, an outcast, someone in a bad situation, a miracle being provided. This sounds like the New Testament stuff, but it's in the Old Testament. See, Old Testament God's not cranky. Anyway, not all the time. The New Testament God can be cranky. Anyway, but also, there are times where it's not going to look good. When we're at the end of our ropes, we've hit that 6-month wall, or 12-month wall, or 18-month wall. We feel like we've tapped out our resources, whatever they are, our energy, our finances, our friendships, maybe. By the way, you always have the church as a community. But there are times when we don't know what to do. It's looking bad. I think we can learn from this widow. Seek God. And notice she doesn't have this, it's not her grand faith necessarily that provides, but God provides out of God's abundance. So a couple weeks ago, generosity is powerful. God has more than enough. God gives. The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away, as King James would say. But this is a story that shows sometimes when we don't have the answers, we don't necessarily have to be the ones to have the answers. There could be someone else in our life that God is working through, and Elijah in this case, that helps us get off our feet, that helps us get off the ropes, right? Get out of the corner, helps us rally. Maybe community of faith, perhaps, can help you in that way. Now, we collected funds for COVID relief for the Pastoral Discretionary Fund. There's help here if you need it. This is how God works. And if we have an abundance, like Elijah says, we share that abundance. So yeah, sometimes we won't know what to do. But one thing we can do is we can ask others. We can ask God. We can talk openly about our faith and our needs with people we trust. I hear pastors can be helpful sometimes in those conversations. And so today, I hope you are doing well. I hope you're not at the end of your rope. But even if you feel stuck, if you feel that you don't have the answers, I just spilled coffee. If you don't have, you just don't know where to go, talk to someone. Ask a trusted friend. Talk to your pastor, your faith community. Get help if you need it. God will provide. God can speak through people. Give it a try. And if you're not at the end of your rope, be there for others. Because you might know someone who is and you don't even realize it. We don't always have to have the answers, because thankfully God does.